What is up, guys? Wraec is here with a new video, and today with a guide for the Orson boss. Orson being a particularly difficult boss because he has many stunts and many things that can go wrong, many things that can make you deal less damage overall. And if you don't know about his abilities, well, you might choose a team that will do quite badly against him and will be a little bit surprised by your server ranking. But we will put that out of the way today. Today I have 5 different teams for you guys that you can use, and we will kind of rank them a little bit in power. I tested every single one of those on my main account and was quite surprised to see which one did best. Let's take a look. So we first of all have a graphic made by Cat Alric, basically summing up different teams from the AFK Journey Analytica Discord communities. You can always go to the AFK Journey Analytica Discord, discord.gg/analytica, and there is a seasonal hub. It basically has a thread for every single boss, and you can find attempts from different people and top teams there for every single boss, and I definitely can recommend that. The first team that was suggested to me was the middle one. I thought this is a particularly good one. We can see Alsa is in there. Why? We come to that in a second. I was surprised to see Fresto, but he seems to be very meta for this boss as well. And of course, we are now at the endless bosses, where true damage is a little bit more effective. Nonetheless, if you're not there yet, other damage variants might also prove a little bit more effective for you than they will for me here, but still those teams will be very good for you. So, I then went ahead and I tested every single team that you see right here. And we can go into the test results right now. So the first team that I tested was the middle one that was recommended to me by In-Season as well. It uses Resonating Spell, it uses Alsa, Smokey's in here. Smokey is really difficult to position on this boss. He's there on the outside for a reason, and we'll see that during the fight. Let's take a look. Because the thing about this boss Orson is he has 2 very mean mechanics, and the one mechanic that he has that can be quite annoying is he throws one of your heroes to the back and he stuns whoever he hits at the area with the most or most heroes, he says. And then he has some other abilities that can also stun you. So he has many stun abilities, and as we know, every kind of interruption, well, pauses Smokey basically for 4 seconds. So this position there actually lets him cast his ult through basically the entire fight, and that is something that can be very important. So placing Smokey on that tile there on the right kind of got here for this fight, and also this like triangular shape definitely helps overall. Alsa is also in this fight, and Alsa is not really here to deal a lot of damage. You don't really need her at a high upgrade stage. Mythic Plus I definitely recommend though, because at that point she can deal her ult or start her ult for less energy, which makes her cast it more frequently. The reason we have her in there, we can see in the next fight, and I will go into more detail about it there. We can see the damage here, 40 billion. Pretty good, mainly dealt by our Lily May, but also by Fresto. I thought this was the best team. Tried the next one, which was also there on the picture, and it immediately did better. Was quite insane. This was the one that I tried afterwards. This is the formation of that. We saw it there with Smokey and Mikola, and then this one immediately did better, and in a second attempt I did also work better. So this one seems to just be in general a little bit better. Coming back to the question about Alsa though, you can see the little glowing symbols behind the boss that light up every now and then and quickly vanish again. Those are called frenzy stacks. For every stack he has there, he gains haste and receives less damage. So you want to get rid of these buffs there, and the way you do that is by inflicting interruption effects on the boss. We use Alsa for that. Who's pretty effective. Every time she casts her ult, she also stuns the boss, removes one of his frenzy stacks, and that not only lets us deal more damage to the boss, the reduced haste on the boss also makes it so he doesn't cast his stunning effects super often. If he has had more haste, of course, he would cast his abilities more often, he would attack more often, and this would stun our heroes, making us then able to deal even less damage to him, which would be rather annoying and of course something we don't want. That's why Alsa is super important in this fight. You can use her at 1 copy, but she will certainly be a lot better at Mythic Plus at least. We can take a look at the damage numbers once again. Most damage from Lily May, also a surprising big amount from Fresto and Smokey there. So it's a little bit split. It's not like you have this super huge peak on the Lily May. Artifact wise, Arcane Spell, kind of interesting. Didn't see it that often yet, but did pretty well in this team. If you don't own it, use Tight Call, I would suggest. Should probably work pretty well as well. This situation, Resonating, could be used to give Alsa a little bit more energy if you struggle to remove the Frenzy stacks. Maybe if you don't have Alsa at Mythic Plus, try Resonating Spell. Could be pretty good, honestly, in this situation. And then we had some other teams, and like, it is a little bit difficult to use the teams that I just showed. Mainly because we have Fresto in there. He's not really common. Maybe you don't own Mikola, could be difficult. We saw a way to use Smokey there. There are teams without Alsa. However, I have to say it's a little bit difficult. This team was there. It kind of focused a little bit on doing physical damage. We have the new Artifact Grey Sword spell in there, and you can see Lenya doing a ton of damage. Lenya equally uncommon though. Many people don't own her, so it's a bit difficult. This team also at the same time only did 28 billion at its best attempt. We tried it again, 27 billion, didn't really work out. A lot better were the the Odi Warines. We had Odi Warines in there as well. We had this one, and this was very good actually. It was really alright. We don't have a Fresto in here. We have Rainier, who is fairly common. Alsa is still in there for the reason that she's just the best hero to inflict those interruption effects. There aren't many who can do that. Interruption effects otherwise could also be inflicted by Brian. I haven't really seen teams with Brian here for the sole reason that mostly people go for a Mauler aura, just because we have Bicola and we also do have Odie here, and of course then it makes kind of sense to have Alsa in there too. Maybe you could build like a a Wilder team with Brian. Would be interesting to try, because he also has interruption effects. Could work out. Maybe worth an attempt. I should experiment with that for the next time. But this did a pretty sizable amount of damage at 36 billion there, considering there's no Fresto that deals damage, and you basically replace the Fresto damage with Odie, who is a more common hero. This might be an interesting team for you. So don't be afraid to try those Odie Warines. Those are still fairly good in my opinion. Yeah, overall, the main thing that you have to know about this boss is really in the abilities. It is this last ability, Warrior Pride, with the Fury stacks. Increasing his ace by 50, each Fury stack reduces damage taken by 10%. If you don't look at those Fury stacks and if you don't inflict those interruption effects, well then you will be in a tough world. You will not deal very much damage to this boss, and yeah, won't be able to defeat him easily. And so, yeah, this is really all that you need to know about him. I hope those teams help you a little bit. Definitely go to the Analytica Discord as well. Can absolutely recommend it. I will link it down in the description. If I don't link it down there, then hit me with a stick or something, then I forgot it again. I will try not to. And what you should also not forget is to subscribe to this channel. We are still at 70% people that aren't subscribed here. Definitely want to change that. And other than that, I would wish you a great day. And we'll see us in the next one.